welcome back children. Now, in the previous video, you have seen that cell, structure and functions. In 8th class, you have studied cell as the basic unit of life. Now, along with the cells, now see here, cell is having cell membrane, cytoplasm, nucleus. These are the three parts mentioned for you in 8th class. In the previous video, I have explained you, along with these three, there are some more important cell organelles, and that organelles will be explained for you in 9th class. Now already you came to 9th class, at the first video also you have seen. In that you understood there are many parts in the cell, along what you have studied in your 8th class. Along with these three parts, there are many other parts in the cell. So these all together are called as what? Cell organelles. What are they called, ma? Cell organelles. So what are the main parts of the cell? Let us see, ma. First one is cell membrane. Second one is cell wall. Third one is nucleus. Fourth one is cytoplasm. Next one is mitochondria. And the next one is plastid, ribosome, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, lysosome, vacuoles. So these are the different parts of the cell. These are called cell organelles. So each and every part of the cell has its own function, has its own spirit to do its work. It's not that only one single cell to do its work. Right? Now when you come to cell membrane, in the previous video we have seen that the outermost covering of the animal cell is cell membrane, and we have discussed about the functions of the cell membrane. Now in this class we are going to discuss about the next part called cell wall. What is that, ma? Cell wall. In 8th class we have mentioned about this cell wall, and we have studied there that it is the major difference between the plant cell and animal cell. The outermost covering of the animal cell is cell membrane, whereas the plant cell is cell wall. Now let us see what is the cell wall. The unique feature in the plants, the special structure, specialized structure. The unique feature is what? Cell wall. This is a very unique feature in the plants. And when you take an animal cell, the outermost covering of the animal cell is cell membrane, whereas the outermost covering of the plant cell is cell wall. So there will be an extra covering over the plant cell like this. This is termed as cell wall. What is that called? Cell wall. Now you all know it that this plasma membrane is made up of lipids and proteins. What is that, ma? Lipids and proteins. Lipids means fats. Okay, this cell membrane is made up of lipids and proteins. Whereas when you take cell wall, it is made up of cellulose. What is that? Cellulose. Lipid means fat. Protein means protein. And cellulose means it comes under carbohydrate. It comes under what? Carbohydrate. It's a complex carbohydrate. Right? Now, so it is made up of what? Cellulose. So the unique feature in plants is what? Cell wall. It is the outermost membrane in the plants, and it is made up of cellulose. It is made up of cellulose. And what is the major difference between? They will ask you like this. What is the major difference between plant cell and animal cell? Is there are some more differences, but the major difference is presence of cell wall. You can find cell wall only in plants but not in animal cells, right? Now it is very tough. The nature of this cell wall is it's very tough. It's very tough, and it is also flexible, and it is a porous layer. These three you have to write very seriously, sincerely. So don't forget these three words, ma. It's very tough. It's very strong. It's very flexible. It's very flexible, and it is having pores like this. So it's a porous layer. It's having elasticity. So we call it as flexible. Okay, and it is very tough. It's very strong. So first of all, it is very tough membrane, flexible membrane, and it is also porous membrane. purpose of cell wall. Why there is an extra layer over this plant cell means it gives shape to the plant cell. The shape of the plant cell will be determined by cell wall. And also size of the cell, protection of the cell also will be determined by this cell wall. So totally the whole plant cell is being protected by cell wall. Okay. Now, so what is the main function now? It gives shape and protection. Along with this, it will help. Previously, when cell wall was found out, they simply thought that there is only an extra covering. There is no use of it. It's only giving protection. But along with the protection, there is a very important function of the cell wall. What it is doing is, it is helping in exchanging the information from one cell to another cell during growth and development. When the cell is growing, when the cell is developing, that means when cell is getting double, one cell becomes 2, 2 becomes 4, 4 becomes 8, like that. The cell division will happen. And during the cell division, during the growth of the cell, during the development of the cell, there will be exchange of information from one cell to another cell. That will be done by this cell wall. Cell wall. Okay? And not only exchanging the information, not only giving shape, not only giving protection, along with that, as it's very tough, as it's very flexible, it exerts pressure. Okay, so it exerts inward pressure when the pressure is created by cell sap. So the fluid present in the plant cell is called as cell sap. You know it, Noma? So cell sap is a bit thicker fluid present in the plant cell for the process called osmosis, which you will be studying into your 4th unit. Okay, now the cell sap will create some pressure. To exert that pressure, to overcome that pressure, what will be helping, ma? What will be helping? Cell wall. What is that? Cell wall. So even it can withstand with greater changes in the climate, in the environment, in the surroundings when you compare with the animal cell, just because of water, because of this cell wall. On a whole, because of this cell wall, when compared with what? Animal cell, it is bit stronger. It is bit stronger. It can withstand with greater changes in the surroundings or in the climate or in the weather, whatever it is, just because of this cell wall. So, to say frankly, what is here is the cell wall is a unique feature present in the plant cell which makes you to say that animal cell is not so strong as plant cell. Why? How means plant cell is having an extra coat, extra covering to give flexibility, to give porous and to give toughness, to give shape, to give protection, to exert pressure. Because of all these qualities, because of the presence of cell wall, we can say that plant cell is very strong. Very strong. So these are the functions of the cell wall. These are the functions of the what? Cell wall. Now let us talk about nucleus. What is that? Nucleus. Nucleus. What am I saying? Nucleus. Now you all know that nucleus is a dense spherical body present in the mid of the cell, floating in cytoplasm. Nucleus is a dense spherical body present in the mid of the nucleus, floating in the cytoplasm. It is called the master of the cell. It is called the manager of the cell. It is also called the leader of the cell because it is having control over all the cell organelles. Okay? It controls the functions of each and every cell organelle in the cell. That is why it is termed as the master of the cell or the manager of the cell. Who discovered nucleus, ma? In 8th class you have studied. He is nothing but 1831. In the year 1831, scientist called Robert Brown. Experimenting on which material? Orchid leaf. So what is his experimental material? Orchid leaf. When he is examining orchid leaf under microscope, he happened that, and he discovered nucleus. What is that? Nucleus. So who discovered nucleus? Robert Brown. In which year? 1831. Experimenting on which material? Orchid lake. That we have studied in your 8th class. Now let us study about this nucleus in very detailed way. Now let us study about nucleus. Now let us start. If this is nucleus, this is nucleus. See very clearly, ma. This is nucleus. Okay. This surrounding structure is called as nuclear membrane. As cell is surrounded by cell membrane, nucleus is surrounded by nuclear membrane. These are the parts of the nucleus now. Listen very carefully. Okay? Nucleus surrounding layer is called as nuclear membrane. Nuclear membrane. Right? And there will be fluid flowing in this nucleus like this. This is called as nucleoplasm. Okay? The jelly present inside the cell is what? Cytoplasm. The jelly present in the nucleus is called as what? Nucleus. So the gel present inside the nucleus is nucleoplasm, and the membrane surrounding it is called as what? Nuclear membrane. Nuclear membrane. In this jelly, what is there means there will be genetic material. For your convenience, it is called what? DNA. This is very important for your genetics. To pass the information from one generation to another generation. To pass the characters from one generation to another generation. What is necessary here? What is necessary here? Nuclear material. So, what is the surrounding part of the nucleus called? Nuclear membrane. Nuclear membrane. The jelly present inside the nucleus is called as what? Nucleoplasm. What is it called? Nucleoplasm. And inside that nucleoplasm, a dark staining, one single spot will be there. That is called as nucleolus. Please follow my pronunciation. Very important. Right? So, as you have seen, this is cytoplasm. Now see, this is cell membrane, this is cytoplasm. Here, this is nuclear membrane. I am talking only about nucleus. This you did not study in your 8th class. Right? Okay? This is what? Just you have seen. This is the surrounding membrane around the cell is cell membrane. Here, surrounding nucleus is nuclear membrane. The fluid in the cell is cytoplasm. The fluid inside the cell, inside the nucleus is nucleoplasm. Here also one dark staining body will be there. In the nucleus also one dark staining single small spot will be present. That small spot is called as nucleus, nucleolus. Okay? Nucleolus. What is that? Nucleolus. Okay? This is called nucleolus. This is called nuclear membrane. This is called nucleoplasm. These are the parts of the nucleus. And what is the main role of this nucleus is it contains genetic material called DNA. This genetic material will be helpful for passing the information from one generation to another generation. This will pass the characters from one generation to another generation. Okay. So, now how did you observe? How can you observe this nucleus is? So, when you are doing an experiment, what you have to mention is aim, apparatus, procedure, observation, inference. There will be 5 main steps in doing any experiment. First one is what? Aim. Second one is what? Apparatus. Third one is procedure. Fourth one is observation. Fifth one is inference. So, what is the aim of this is, our aim is to observe that nucleus is present in which cell? Cheek cells. How to get cheek cells? Shall we cut the cheek? No. How can we get cheek cells? How can we observe nucleus in the cheek cells? In the next class we will discuss. So keep studying the functions of the cell wall, cell membrane and the structure of nucleus. The experiment on the nucleus will be explained for you in the next video. Thank you.